What? Alright. Let's see this. Hi YouTube. We are reacting to Dad realizes his baby was eaten alive by rats. Hold on.
I see blood everywhere.
Even the little kids are talking about seeing mice and stuff running around in there.
He was like eating alive.
When Evansville police and EMTs receive an urgent 911 call describing a grisly attack by rats on a 6-month-old infant, they immediately race to the scene. As paramedics race against time to save the child, it is the nature of the attack that leaves investigators sickened beyond their wildest imagination.
See, I need some wireless headphones, bro.
Nations.
And I see his fingers. And I see that his fingers look like they've been chewed.
Early in the morning on September 13th, 2023, police officers and EMTs quickly arrive at the Shanabaum family home, expecting to see an injured baby off to a local hospital. But what they don't yet realize is the child's injuries and the infuriating reason behind them were something they never could have anticipated. Approaching the house, the officer can't help but notice the front porch is congested with toys, household objects, and heaps of...
And you wonder why it was rats in your house. Cause I ain't gonna lie, where are they from? Cause rats eating a whole baby is crazy. Like rats move away from people when they move and stuff. So for a rat to stay there, and how did y'all let? So many questions. Let's go.
Trash. When he enters the house, he's greeted by Delana Thurman, the aunt of the victim, and David, the victim's father. Both are also looking after several crying children.
That's his sister?
When he enters the house, he's greeted by Delana Thurman, the aunt of the victim, and David, the victim's father. Both are also looking after several crying children.
I walked in and found him this morning. He has a long night one. And
That doesn't happen to the baby not make a sound.
Officer Green proceeds to gain further details from Delana, David's sister-in-law. He finds out that all of the other 4 children are under the age of 10, 2 of which are Delana's children.
So you're saying you didn't have a mark on him when you went to bed?
no marks on him at all.
No mark at all. We laid him down. He was happy as could be. He fell asleep.
Where's the mother?
TV.
What time was that?
We put him to bed at what?
It's about 8.
About 8?
Yeah.
Starting to think, with all these videos, and it show like the fathers and not the mothers, the fathers be on some nut shit. I don't know, cause I'm confuzzled. Right?
And then we just came here. We haven't heard anything since then. I mean, he was supposed to be at one time around like 10 or 11, and I went in there and I gave him a spot.
Moments after the officer's arrival, EMTs enter the home to tend to the victim. The officer is stunned by the ferocity of the infant's injuries.
He's got marks all over him. His fingers are like chewed off. I don't know what happened. They said it wasn't like that. Didn't hear him make a sound all night.
I've been having a rat problem here, but I've got traps everywhere, I've got bait balls set everywhere. I've tried it the best I can.
That doesn't happen and him not make a sound all night.
Oh, facts.
I can't go with myself.
No, not right now. You can sit down. Can you talk to him? This is mom and dad get the rest. I can't talk to those people. I'm gonna lose it. Here you go. You should have seen the baby. It's terrible. They said to make a sound all night.
As more officers approach the scene, they are equally appalled by the disturbing injuries and the terrible conditions of the house the children live in.
One of the nastier ones I've ever seen.
It's hard to contain the rage. It's hard to contain the rage.
That's not. Oh, that's it. I had to walk out. Babies. die in big like situations, but the fact that he was literally alive, you're telling me he did like a sound?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
No way.
No way.
In the house, they don't have diapers laying on the floor. Like,
Well, I can already tell from the porch how bad.
I showed him the picture, it's bad.
So it looked like his fingers were chewed.
Like, they're like gone. Like, he was like eaten alive.
All of them?
He's gonna lose at least a couple, but the whole hand's just chewed up.
With the baby finally receiving treatment in the ambulance, it was time to dig deeper into how such a grotesque attack on the child went
Wait,
unnoticed.
so the
The
kid-
suspects are clearly being less than truthful, and officers must get to the bottom of it. Police isolate the victim's father, David, for questioning.
You just want to take a seat.
Wait. So is
I
the
have
baby
look,
still alive?
Listen, just listen. I have no idea what's going on. I just got here, but I want to talk to you. But you're not under arrest or anything. But I'm gonna read you your rights before I talk to you, okay?
I was getting all the kids up, ready for school this morning.
Okay.
I went in there like I've been doing. Went in there to get him up, and I see blood everywhere. So I got him up. I was like, okay, where's the blood coming from? I worked for AMR for a while.
Okay.
I was like, where's the blood coming from? You know, said, did he have a nosebleed? Did he have an ear bleed? I noticed amount of blood, and I see his fingers. And I see that his fingers look like they've been chewed. Alright. And
Okay, what does he sleep in? Like a crib
he
or?
has a bassinet.
A bassinet?
Bassinet that's on the, like stands up, you know, off the floor.
Okay.
And it's in a corner of the room. Never had any issues.
So you think the dog was chewing on his fingers?
No. We have a rat problem here. I've been trying to get rid of them. I've got Terminex here. I've got bait blocks. I've got traps.
Okay.
All set. And it's like,
Okay.
The baby's mother, Angel Shaunabaum, was reportedly staying in a nearby mental health facility and wasn't present during the attack on the infant.
David and Delana were on the scene when I arrived. They were all their children except for one who was already gone with AMR. Angel was not on the scene, and David informed us that she checked herself into Deaconess Cross Point for mental health issues. He said she was due to be released the next day. So this happened on the 13th. She checked herself in 3 days before this happened. First of all, this is why, like, I don't know, people should be put, like, through some type of test or something to see if they mentally set to have kids, because there's no way, like, obviously she felt like she had to check herself into a mental place, and she's been battling with mental health issues for a minute. Why did you think it was okay to bring kids into this situation? And for you not to have your goddamn house clean, I know that's more than 3-4 days worth of mess. So she was messy in there too when she was there. Y'all definitely should be ashamed of yourself. I hope the baby is still alive, but that's a hell of a story that baby's gonna have when they get older if he's still alive.
David brings the officer to his son's room, where the incident occurred.
You need to get out of
If
there.
you don't want to look in there, it's fine. You just.
sleeps over. He has a packet play.
Okay.
The blood-soaked bassinet and boppy pillow create a scene like something out of a horror movie. A defenseless infant would not have stood a chance fending for himself against what was likely a multiple rodent attack. The officer only has time for a brief look before David becomes overwhelmed.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right. Let's get you some. Let's get you some cigarettes.
That's my baby, you know.
I know. They're
Some
gonna help him,
cigarettes.
okay?
As David paces through the house, the children are becoming restless, realizing something is very wrong. When David is able to take a minute to calm down,
I just thought about it, Chad. God forbid, if I was ever to be in a situation where I needed to talk to the police and like something happened, And I needed to calm down. I don't even smoke fugs, gang. And it ain't like them niggas gonna be like, oh, we're gonna pass you, we gonna let you hit this blunt. Da, 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 da. Fuck no. Hell no, they ain't letting that shit happen, gang. That's crazy though.
On the front porch, officers gathered near the ambulance to compare notes. Despite the house's condition, the question of how this many rodents were infesting the property and the role the adults played remained to be discovered.
Is it both hands?
The right hand's the worst. The left one is, for lack of a better term, more superficial. His feet. Nothing really noted on his back. Groin area looks okay, a little bruising in the perineum.
According to the police incident report, the baby had over 50 rat bites all over his body. Despite the
Suffers 50 bites to his forehead, right cheek, and nose. He had 2 bites to his right thigh and several bites on his right foot and toe. He had a large wound on the top of the ring finger on his left hand that exposed the bone. Right hand suffered the most traumatic injuries with numerous bites starting at his elbow and going down to his hand. All 4 of his fingers and thumb on his right hand were missing the flesh from the top of them, exposing fingertip bone. The damage to the V1's index and pinky fingers were the most severe as they were missing the flesh halfway down each. What the? According to hospital records, V1 suffered a near fatal attack. When he arrived to the ER, his body temperature was at 93, his blood pressure was 50/30, and his O2 was 69%. By the time he was transferred to Indianapolis, his body temperature was 98, his blood pressure was 89/50, and his O2 was 100. V1 also needed a blood transfusion due to the amount of blood loss he suffered. Damn. Nah.
terrifying wounds on his left hand. It was his right hand, however, that had the EMTs deeply concerned about the child's well-being. He would need a blood transfusion when he arrived at the hospital, as the wounds were nearly fatal.
We'll get him buckled up before,
Alright.
or if us get angry
God
enough
he
to
did
go
leave
to the
it.
parents. I'm assuming they're not coming to the hospital.
No. Absolutely not.
Alright.
I don't know how you wouldn't hear it.
This happened in church, David. And if he wasn't screaming, it's something else.
While the officer continues to speak with David, the children are growing restless inside as an officer tries to calm them down.
There's two.
Hey, bud, it's okay. Here.
Here, come over here. They're all girls. Yeah, the little boy. You want to sit down so we can talk to you?
A call from DCS, their person, to see if they're going to let the kids to stay.
Okay.
So we'll wait just a little bit, and then if so, we can here in a minute.
I know you two want to go to school, but we're gonna wait until one other person comes, and then maybe we'll get to go to school, okay?
I'm a Bobby.
I know, but Bobby is getting the help that he needs.
Out of this house.
Please do not ask again. Well, let me show you and
Give him all this.
Hey, bud. Can I give you a hug?
Aw.
Can I give you a hug? Alright. I know. Yeah.
Aw.
Mm. Yeah.
His big
Yeah.
got bleed on him.
Okay.
He comes right back. Yeah, he comes right back. That founder. He's brave.
Suddenly, without provocation, one of the children says something alarming.
I saw the mouse go over there.
You did?
Yeah. Not me, I just find it in my room wanted
Okay.
and bite
Yeah, yeah.
Mommy,
Yeah.
and I'm just scared. Maybe
You
put
got-
him in his bed
Yeah.
and bite if I can see. Maybe me down this house. And on his head.
Oh.
When he's down.
Hearing the child's haunting plea to leave is heartbreaking. They clearly recognize the danger they're all in. After a few minutes, the officers take them outside to play, hoping some activity would lighten their moods and ease their stress.
Oh, W cop.
There you go.
What's your favorite thing to draw?
Ooh, that's a triangle.
Yeah, I like it.
You like triangle? What
I
color
like
chalk would
it.
you like to use?
I like it.
Can you draw me a flower?
Yeah.
In a minute.
In a minute.
Draw a flower.
I'll make you some
W
flowers.
cop.
Oh, if I can bend down.
Around this time, officers discuss their horrifying observations, planning a way to rescue the
I think
remaining
that'll be the
children.
first time in my life I said W cop.
Okay.
They all need to be checked out.
I looked and I asked them if
Well,
anybody had boo-boos. Nobody had boo-boos.
they're all, even the little kids are talking about seeing mice and stuff running around in there.
One of them said they've been bit too. You feel me? Bro, this is not a situation to be raising kids in, gang.
Officers and DCS guide David back inside to gain a better idea of the recent conditions of the house. In stark contrast to the serenity in the yard, the house is in a state of chaotic disrepair. Used diapers are littered across the floor, along with garbage and clutter. The house was reportedly smelling foul, and there were a number of visible rat traps. Despite the disturbing state of the living room and the bloody nightmare in the baby's bassinet, officers still don't know that they've only scratched the surface.
The kitchen is a mess. So I've been remodeling and I pulled the stove out and got it swept out and trying to get the kitchen worked out. So I will let y'all know that's a mess in there.
In the bedroom, the team of officers photographed the mess, blood stains, and rat tracks, processing the scene and taking pictures of the area for evidence. With DCS and police investigating the bedroom together, an official from the DCS has a moment to share some interesting information.
You guys have pictures?
My previous pictures, Alicia, yes.
That's right. The DCS is very familiar with the Shonnebaum family. In fact, there have been 3 ongoing cases and 1 decided case attached to David specifically. Beginning in December of 2022, there was 1 claim of neglect and 1 claim.
It was discovered that David and Angel had a current DCS case. In December of 2022, DCS substantiated I've never heard that word before, chat. I'm sorry. Substantiated. I guess that's. Listen. Okay? I can read. As long as I already know the word. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever seen that word a day in my life. A claim of neglect on David and Angel in regard to V2 being injured due to lack of supervision. An informal adjustment was opened and their case was assigned to DCS family case manager Ricky Mason.
Of lack of supervision. Finally, in January of 2018, David was charged with neglect of a dependent with endangerment, a level 6 felony, but the court withheld judgment, sentencing him to
Court now withhold judgment of conviction for a period of 1 year and places defendant on probation for said period of time. Defendant successfully completes probation. Judgment will be entered as a Class A misdemeanor. If he doesn't, judgment will be entered as a level 6 felony, and defendant could receive an executed sentence. Defendant is given credit for 2 days. Dates of incarceration are 1/19/18 to 1/20/18. Upon leaving court, defendant, damn.
suspended probation. providing very little recourse for his actions. In February 2021, David was charged with possession of substance, for which he received 1 year of a suspended probation sentence. While a case manager visited the home once a week, it was clearly not enough to prevent the unspeakable attack on the baby, nor did it prevent the other 4 children from potentially being exposed to serious diseases due to the animal feces and rodents. In the kitchen, the mess goes from bad to nauseating. In the police report, David stated he believed there was a dead rat behind the stove and
Other rooms in the house, specifically the kitchen and the basement, were covered in trash and rodent feces. There was a foul odor present in each of these spaces. David said he believed a rat died behind the stove, so he was in the process of replacing it. What? There were a few rat traps located in the home, as well as a bait box in the basement. The backyard of the property was overgrown with vegetation, and the detached garage was full of litter. You're hoarders. You're hoarders. It sounds like hoarding to me. You're hoarders. Nah, gang. Nah.
Decided to replace the appliance. Delana adds that this renovation caused garbage to pile up in the kitchen, making the trash situation far worse. Rats scampered away when they opened the door to the kitchen, forcing David and Delana to lock the door to prevent the children from going inside.
Is this a closet over here?
Where? I'm sorry.
The door that's next to the back door.
Oh, no, that goes to the basement.
You want to go down there? I'm gonna go down there first and see. Guess I should. If I can even open it.
Hey, yo. No, it's so cluttered you can't even open it.
You probably don't go down the basement.
Yes.
It's very rarely open.
Yeah, there's tons of rat down here.
There's blood in the kitchen in there too. That you working in there?
No.
Old blood?
Old blood.
I don't know. I know Bruno's been in there.
As investigators move through the house, they notice one of the family dogs has a scratch on his nose. Officers photograph the dog and begin confronting David further about his use of rat traps.
Dog got a scratch on his nose too.
Dog?
Yeah, I don't know what from unless I found that rat or something.
Nah, these rats gotta be gangsters.
Can I see you there?
Okay.
But
How many of those you got around?
There's one there. There's one behind the couch. I have one in the bathroom.
They're all gone now,
Yeah. That's the thing. I lived here for 4 years and I didn't have a rat issue till last year.
Your sister said your dog got one last time?
He had one.
A rat?
And
Yeah,
little dog likes to get rats. But,
That explains the scratch.
He had one and it went down the basement.
So just fighting it?
Yeah. Little dog hates rats. It's a good thing.
According to the police report in a follow-up interview at the station, Delana additionally states that there has never been a rat in the children's room. However, in the weeks prior to the attack,
I wouldn't be able to get in there. Delana said she slept on the couch in the living room and she said she would clearly see a rat run through there. Delana said she never saw any rats or mouse in the children's room. Delana said David would use the trap that he got for turning to catch and kill a rat, but it didn't seem to reduce the problem any. Probably. That's like, that's like, if, how do I put this? That's like, trying to wipe your ass after taking it. That's like cleaning yourself after taking a poop. I want to say it right for YouTube, I'm sorry. That's like taking a poop. That's like trying to wipe yourself while in the middle of diarrhea. You feel me? Like, you got rat traps trying to think this stuff is gonna all go away, but whole time you haven't cleared the biggest problem to get rid of the rats, which is all the clutter and stuff in your house. What are we talking about, gang? What are we talking about? You literally are a hoarder. And you have dirty diapers and stuff on your floor. You have not mice. Matter of fact, you have both mice and rats in your house, gang. And you feel comfortable laying there with 3 to 5 kids every day. You're tweaking, gang. Even the kids went out. You're a
Attack on the baby. 2 of the children told a school teacher they'd been bitten by mice on their...
I asked Delana if any of the other children were bit by a mouse or rat before. Delana said on the first, her oldest daughter, and David and Angel's oldest daughter told a teacher at school that their toes were bit by mice while they were sleeping. Christy and White with DCS went to Delana about this. Delana told White that they have a normal amount of mice for that area. Delana doubt V5 was bit by a mouse and said the marks on V5's toes looked like scratches from the bed frame. White had V5 seen by her school nurse, but she couldn't say whether the mark was a mouse bite or not. White went over a safety plan with Delana and told her she would come back out to the house for a follow-up visit.
her toes. Delana suggested these marks were made by the children's bed frames. Unfortunately, the school nurse could not confirm these marks were school teacher. They'd been bitten by mice on their toes. Delana suggested these marks were made by the children's bed frames. Unfortunately, the school nurse could not conclusively confirm the source of the marks. As the inspection comes to a close, David tries to justify his actions once again, but the officers aren't willing to allow him any more chances.
I would never guess this is.
I mean,
mice eat cheese and
yeah.
That's my side.
No.
I don't know anything about them.
No, I don't either. No.
Actually, fun fact: mice eat technically anything if you have food out and shit like that. But for the most part, mice eat what's it called? Vegetables. I found that out a while ago. Mice actually like vegetables, like celery and stuff like that, which is crazy. But it still doesn't, like, I need to figure out what happens at the end, because it still doesn't explain to me how a baby got eaten alive in the middle of his sleep and nobody heard anything.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have guessed. Like I said,
I've never.
I mean, if I've seen one, if I saw one, I'm just saying, everyone's got their own. Obviously, you can't stop and move or whatever. So I mean, if you see a rat, you might not think it might happen, but I'm just saying. I mean, rats are rats. So.
David was in fact able to secure housing that same day for his family, but it was too late. DCS removed all 5 children from their parents' care soon after. Delana Thurman was charged with 2 counts of neglect on a dependent, which places the dependent in a situation that endangers them. On January 17, 2024, Delana accepted a plea agreement for both counts of her indictment and received a 2-year suspended sentence on probation. David Schonnebaum was charged with 1 count of...
Now, he better be going to jail. Because y'all keep getting people around this family to just take probation as if that's going to change anything.
Neglect on a dependent for each of the children who had not been attacked, and 1 count of neglect on a dependent resulting in serious injury, all of which were felonies. He was on probation at the time the crimes were committed. On October 2nd, 2024, David was found guilty on all charges and was sentenced to 16 years in Indiana's Department of Corrections. While Angel Schonnebaum, the child's mother, was not present at home at the time, she had been present during previous interventions and visits from the DCS. Having taken no action to improve the living conditions at home, Angel was charged with 2 level 6 felony counts of neglect on a dependent for each of the children who had not been attacked, and 1 level 3 felony count of neglect on a dependent, resulting in serious injury. However, in September 2024, Angel Shauna Baum took a plea deal and pleaded guilty to a level 5 felony neglect charge, which is lesser than the original level 3 charge. She also pleaded guilty as charged to 2 level 6 felony neglect charges. On October 24, 2024, Angel was sentenced to 9 years in prison for the charges and is currently serving the sentence at the Indiana Department of Corrections. As of the time this video was produced, there's been no update on the health status of the injured child or the other 4 children.
Hey, man. That's nutty, gang. That's nutty, gang. That is nutty. I think I'm gonna stream till like 9 something. Whatever time I hit 3 hours, so I can at least give y'all a little 3-hour shit. Speaking of, how many hours did I give y'all yesterday? I gave y'all 5 hours yesterday. Hey, that's what